Hello everybody, back off our little holiday now. We got back on Friday evening, but yesterday, was really just too tired to do anything. So you're only going to be getting a video from today rather than right after everything. But anyway, had a very, very nice time while I was there. Gibraltar's one of those places that we always like to go back to pretty regularly. I think I probably said that my dad was stationed there when he was in the army back in the 80s. Him and my mum started married life out there, and well, it just grew on them, and they were taking us on holiday there quite a lot when me and my brother were younger, and they still have some friends out there who we go and see every time we're out on there. There's Angela, Kenneth, and June. June used to be married to a man called John, and he wasn't a very nice guy, to put it simply. And of course I didn't know any of this at the time. I thought it was a bit weird, but my parents said while we were out there that June became very different after she married him, and seeing her now after they've separated and everything, she's a far cry from the person I knew when I was growing up. She was quiet and reserved, and now she's just bright, vivacious, and full of life. Definitely nothing like she was when she was married. So it's definitely a good thing that she's gotten shot of him. We went out with her on Thursday night. Went to a restaurant for a bit, and then after that, she took us to her favourite drinking hole, which is a new place that was set up recently called Maya Wines. It's in one of the, I think people in the UK, the best way to describe it is sort of like railway arches, except that these arches were there. They were part of the old fortifications. There used to be a wall going around the town, a very big substantial wall, and these arches is where all the munitions were stored for the cannons that were up on the walls, and they've been closed off for decades, and now they've been opening them up and refurbishing them and making them available as retail units, and this place has been set up as sort of a restaurant and wine bar type thing, and it is a really, really nice place. I had a delicious rum there. It was almost like drinking caramel, and bought a nice big Cuban cigar and smoked that with my parents and June and everything. While we just chatted, laughed, had a good time. It was very, very enjoyable. And she says we can come back with and see her anytime we like, because she's still living in the place that she was when she was married, and I think she's got 2 or 3 bedrooms, and the others are just empty all the time. So I'm going to be going there at some point pretty soon, maybe within the next couple of months or so. It's ridiculously cheap to fly out there. Out of season is only £50 for a return flight, which is pretty damn good, really. And of course, everything's cheap over there. The booze is cheap. The tobacco is bloody ridiculously cheap. And I've got some examples over here that I can show you of what I got. Right. Some of them I've never even heard of before, but this is from Don Julian. These are I'm guessing like little panatellas. I'm thinking, all in these nicer foil packages, and then we've got these which are like cigarillos. mean, this box was only £5.50, and there's 50 in here. That box has got 25, and that was about 15 quid. This is 50 small filtered cigars from Villiger. As you can see, another one down there. That was again about 15-16 quid. Now these, I smoke these pretty regularly here because I quite like them. You may well have seen me smoke them in some of my vlog videos. Now, see, this box is 25. You cannot get a box of 25 in Britain. I've looked online, and they're only sold in boxes of 5 here. And a box of 5 costs anywhere from £9 something to £12. This box of 25 was £7.50. If I wanted to get 5 boxes of 5 of these here, that would cost me 50 quid. And these, I've smoked King Edwards before on my vlog. This is a box of 50 cigars. There's quite a lot of them. Here, if I can get the thing open. Yeah, there's a crap ton in here. And yeah, this was £18 for 50. And again, I looked, and the only way that you can get this many cigars in Britain is to buy 10 packs of 5, and that would cost you 180 quid. And I spent £18 on that. That's a 90% saving. It's ridiculous. I'm amazed. And we also got a bottle of that really nice rum, but unfortunately, it's in storage at the moment, so I can't show you. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be going out there again fairly soon, maybe in a couple of months or what have you, because I mean it is ridiculously cheap to go out there. And really, when you've got someone who says, hey, come stay with me, I've got a free room and I won't charge you anything, someone who genuinely likes to see you coming and wants to spend time with you and everything, really, why wouldn't you? Yeah, Gibraltar's, well, it definitely was a small place when I first started going there. They started reclaiming a lot of land in recent decades. I mean, by the time my parents left, there was only one high-rise development in Gibraltar, and that was the place that we stayed. Now, it's called Water Gardens, and now that you go back there, the whole place is full of high-rises. And yeah, there's a lot of reclaimed land, so it's not all the old town anymore. And the place where my parents lived, up at Europa Point, which faces Morocco, the North African coast, it used to be where the army had their barracks and so on. The first place my parents lived there was just a mobile home, long gone years ago. But the second place they got assigned, I suppose, that's still there. It's been converted from 2 flats into 1 house, and it looks like a pretty nice place there. They said that they wouldn't want to live there again because Europa Point's a bit out of the way, and you either have to drive, get a taxi or a bus to get anywhere from there, because realistically you wouldn't want to walk it. So I mean, they really do want to buy a place out there, but the problem is things are just so damn expensive. I mean, they've got government properties, what they're called, and they're reserved for the locals. You have to have been living in Gibraltar for at least 3 years to qualify to purchase one. They're a lot cheaper, and Then there's the open market properties, which are for anybody to buy, and they start at around 250, 300,000 pounds. I mean, there are a few places here and there where you don't have to qualify to be able to buy them. The place that we always used to stay when we went on holiday was a place called Ocean Heights. It's an old 1960s tower block. My mum doesn't like it. You know, I don't have a problem with it. I've always quite liked staying there. I mean, you know, they've got a pool and, you know, the rooms are fairly big and all of that. But, you know, she says it's just too dated. And, you know, it's a shame because the apartments there are pretty damn cheap. I mean, you would struggle to find one over £200,000. You know, it's that cheap. But yeah, realistically, we're probably not going to be able to get something out there unless we win the lottery, which is a shame, or if the government changes their rules. But oh well. You know, we can always just go out there for short holidays and stuff because, you know, it's so damn cheap too. It's the perfect holiday destination. I mean, and it doesn't even feel like a foreign country because, you know, it's been British since 1704, and, you know, when I'm there, it feels like it's just, you know, any other British seaside town. It doesn't feel like it's, you know. It feels like a sort of, you know, home away from home, if you like, but I imagine that's because I've spent so much time there over the years. In a bloody lot of times. I mean, I can't remember exactly when it was, how many, but the last time we were there was 10 years ago, and before that it was, you know, at most 5 years before that. We used to go, you know, every 3 years or so, but we just kind of let it lapse for a while, but you know, I'll definitely be able to go there, you know, almost as and when I please now. You know, I've got a bit of freedom and all of that, but yeah. I hope you've all been having a good time since I last spoke to you. I might film another video tomorrow, maybe, because I've got an appointment at the job centre tomorrow, and I'm still waiting on the letter from the Department for Work and Pensions about my employment support allowance. The guy said that it was supposed to have arrived by Friday, and it's now Sunday, so if it doesn't arrive tomorrow, then I'm going to be ringing them up and finding out what the hell's going on. But anyway, the only things that's been done recently is I was invited to participate in the Battlefleet Gothic Armada closed beta, and that's a video game set in the Warhammer 40k universe. It's the first game that I've come across that's a space strategy game set in the Warhammer 40k universe, and I've been very interested to play something like that for a long time, you know, since I sort of decided. I mean, I'd known about Warhammer for years and years because it's a big thing, but I'd never felt compelled to look into it. But one day, I just, you know, binge read the majority of the stuff on the Warhammer 40k wiki, and I was thinking as I was reading through this would make a damn good strategy game, and now they're finally doing it, which is great. I can't say too much about it because, you know, it's a closed beta, there's, you know, non-disclosure agreements and so on, but it's very good, and it's reminiscent of a few games that I played in the past that I enjoyed a lot, so it's definitely looking forward to that being released. Anyway, I've got a flashing warning here because my battery's about to run out, so goodbye for now.